Hello everybody, this is Mr. Knowles, and in this lesson we're going to be using number lines to represent hundredths. So let's get started. Your assignment will be on this Google slide, and let's look at the directions here. Move the arrow on the number line below where the fraction is located on the number line and type the decimal form of the fraction. So in this first slide, I can highlight this for you. Oh, maybe not. Yep. We're looking at 2 and 30 hundredths, and we have a number line down below that goes between 2 and 3. And you'll see that I also included labels for that number line down there. So we have 2 and 1/10, 2 and 2/10, 2 and 3/10, 2 and 4/10, and so on. And then where the whole number 2 is, I also labeled it 2.0 and 2.00, just so students are familiar with the idea or the concept that 2 it can be written in different ways. So this is 2. This is also the number 2, or we would say 2 and 0/10. And this is 2 and 0/100ths in decimal form. And then I did the same thing for the number 3 over here, just so students can see in this example that these are different ways to write the number 3. I'm looking at this 2 and 30 hundredths, and from lessons past, we should know that an equivalent form of 2 and 30 hundredths is 2 and 3/10. So if we look at this number line, we can find 2 and 3/10 in decimal form. It's right there. And we can move this arrow the best we can and put it right there. Or you could lower it if you want a little closer. You can use your mouse to move it around or the arrow keys. Either of them work pretty well. And now we have to type this in decimal form. So I'm going to click on a text box and just click somewhere on this screen, and you'll get that. And I'm going to type 2.30 because we're working in hundredths today. I make that bold and a little bigger. If you want to change the color of it, you can. I'm going to shrink the text box because I don't need it to be that large. And then I'm going to move it with my mouse over next to the arrow. And voila, we did it. Let me get rid of this, because all you'll see is numbers in a fraction form, and they'll all be in hundredths today. Let's look at another example. The directions are the same. Move the arrow on the number line below where the fraction is located on the number line and type the decimal form of the fraction. So we have 3 and 55 hundredths. And again, down below on the number line, I labeled some parts of it. You'll notice I did not include tenths like the first example, and I skipped every tick mark, which is 10 hundredths. So we have the number 3 here, or you could say 3 and 0 hundredths, 3 and 10 hundredths. This would be 3 and 20 hundredths. This would be 3 and 30 hundredths. This would be 3 and 40 hundredths. This would be 3 and 50 hundredths, and so on and so forth. Now we're looking for 3 and 55 hundredths. Well, here's 3 and 50 hundredths. The next one would be 3 and 60 hundredths. So you have to imagine that in this space here, there's 10 sections or 10 smaller lines in there. It's been divided into 10 sections. And each line would represent a hundredth. So I'm going to move this arrow to where 55 would be about right there. It's the best I can do. And it doesn't have to be exact, but just the best you can do. So that looks like it would be at 3.55 or 3 and 55 hundredths. And now I'm going to get a text box and just click somewhere on the space. And it pops up, and I'm going to type 3.55 because that's how you would write it as hundredths in decimal form. And I'm going to make it bold and a little bigger. And actually, I'm going to change the color of the text to match that arrow. And you can do that by clicking this. I think it's an A with a line underneath. That's your text color. And all the arrows are this magenta color. So I'm going to do that. And you're more than welcome to do that. I'm going to make that text box a little smaller. Excuse me. And then I'm going to drag it over here. And this time I have more room, so I can put that there. So I've located that fraction on the number line with the arrow, and I also typed it in decimal form. Let's do one more example. The directions are the same, and we have 1 and 25 hundredths, and your assignment will look like this. I won't have gone that extra step to label these for you, so you have to figure that out. So we have to place this arrow in the correct location down below. So we have the number 1 here, and we have the number 2 over here, and it's divided, I believe, into 10 equal sections. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's divided into tenths. But our number's in hundredths. So we have to know where that hundredths is. Well, I know that 20 hundredths would be right here. That would be 1 and 20 hundredths. And I know the next one would be 1 and 30 hundredths, because I know 3 tenths is equivalent to 30 hundredths. And if I could imagine the space between the 20 hundredths and the 30 hundredths is divided into 10 equal parts, I could figure out where 25 hundredths would be. It'd be probably right in the middle there. So I'm going to take this arrow and I'm going to move it right between the 2 and the 3 mark. And look what happened. I don't know where my arrow went, and I moved it down there. This might happen to you. So if this happens to you, what you can do is simply just do this arrow up here. It's called undo, and undo your last thing you did on the computer on Google Slides. And what's going on is that this arrow is being moved behind. If you click on this, it's a picture. Behind that picture, they're both pictures. So one's behind the other one. So how to fix that is highlight the number line. And then you can do this a couple of ways. I'm going to drop this down. You can highlight your number line, and it's arrange up here. Click on arrange, and it's the order. And what you want to do is move that picture of the number line backward. So you just say sent backward. And now, if you move this arrow where you want it to go, it should be in front of that picture. And it is. So that looks like it's right. So this is 1. This is 1 and 1/10 or 10 hundredths. This is 1 and 2/10 or 20 hundredths. And the next one is 30 hundredths or 3/10. So right in between is 25 hundredths. Now I just have to include a text box. So 1.25 is the same as 1 and 25 hundredths. Make it a little bigger. I usually go to font size 18. And I usually make it bold. And I'm going to change the color again. Make it that magenta. And shrink that text box down. It doesn't need to be that big. And then I'm going to drag it over there. And I'm done. This is what your assignment is to label where those fractions go on the number line in the best way that you can, but hopefully in the correct location, and also type it as a decimal. If you have any questions, please ask me. Thank you.